Hi, Mona here. This is the first phone I paid with my own money. It was 2016, I had smashed my previous device and a friend recommended me Huawei. And how glad I was with this decision. 5 years later, this phone is still running and it has a special place within me. The design felt premium back then, and even today it feels well built and is beautiful to gaze at, although with lots of dings and scratches. I definitely am a fan of white bezels. It looks very classy to me. Glass above display and sensors, aluminium sides, plastic back. Rear fingerprint reader, 3.5mm jack, micro USB and SD card support, bottom firing mono speaker, all typical for 2016 mid-ranger. The display itself is a simple 1080p LC display and has had a weird spot in the center for a couple of years now. I'd call this design overall simple yet timeless. Performance is surprisingly usable. Apps usually work like one expects, only that they take long to load. The whole UI can feel sluggish, and especially when switching between apps or using heavy applications you see the performance issues, but then there are moments where you can't really tell the phone's age. One issue that has always been present: Huawei uses very aggressive RAM management, which often instantly closes apps. 2GB of RAM was little in 2016, but it's super annoying today. The software itself is Android 7.0 with EMUI 5.0.4. It received its last security patch in August 2019, so I wouldn't call this phone safe. App updates still work without issue though. All in all, I could do all the things I require from a phone, but I still found myself reaching for another handset if that was an option. With time and effort, the camera can still take some great looking pictures. Oftentimes though, you will have blown out highlights, very saturated colors and slightly blurred images. But instead of telling you what I think of it, let me just show you some footage. For as long as I can remember, Huawei has nailed battery conservation. Even 5 years later, this battery comfortably gets me through a day and oftentimes much longer. In part, this has to do with RAM management, but also a very reduced standby drain. Charging takes quite a while, so I usually default back to plugging it in overnight. But unless you use heavy applications or constantly stream video, battery life is wonderful with this phone. In all honesty, I still had quite a good time with this device. It can satisfy my daily smartphone needs no problem, but I nonetheless am happy that I can move on now. Everything seems to have a slight delay and some apps simply are a pain to use. I still really like the hardware, but the software sadly didn't age as gracefully. Thanks for watching. I know this was a very different review, much shorter, but I wanted to try something else, and to convey what this phone evokes in me doesn't need much longer than that. So thanks for watching again. I've been Mona and I wish you all a great day.